What's up guys, YvensB here. I just wanted to show you this quick video about how to get your self-portrait done and how it's useful. So I'm going to share today 3 tips on how to get it done. So watch the entire behind the scenes. If you have any questions, please fire them in the YouTube comments. If you have any tips also for the community, please fire them in the YouTube comments so everyone can learn together. So cheers, I hope you appreciate this and talk to you later. We all know that pre-lighting is important. It saves your client time and makes you look much more professional than frantically testing different light setups in front of your client. If you don't have a sit-in model, well, it's time for a self-portrait. So here are 3 tips to get it done efficiently. First tip, use your modeling light. All the lights here are placed based on what I had in mind. After a certain while and tons of practice, you kind of know what will happen when you use a modifier and a light in a certain way. But the really quick shortcut to get it done is to actually turn on your modeling lights. Your modifiers will help you understand what is going on by having a constant light on versus strobing and then walking back and forth to see how the light reacted to your changes. So to save time, use your modeling lights to actually see the light. Second tip, get a good tripod. As you can see, I set up my camera to take photos in the portrait mode using my tripod. This will depend on what you need. You can also shoot in landscape and crop afterwards. I personally prefer having as many as those pixels spent on the subject versus the background. The tripod that I'm using, which is a slick tripod, link in biography, allows me to change the orientation pretty easily even with a D110, a battery grip, and glass lens plus 2 triggers. I then pre-focus my camera on the stool that I placed next to the background. An extra bonus tip, place a grade card on the stool to wherever your head would be in the distance to make sure that the focus is on your face and not on the edge of the stool. It'll also help calculate the exposure, plus it'll also help you understand the correct white balance that your photo was taken on. So get a good tripod. I'm using an 85mm, which is the telephoto lens. I wanted to do a full body shot, so I had to back really far enough. If you're wondering why I'm using the 85, I feel it's because it gives a truer representation of the subject versus a 50 or 35mm, which will distort the subject a little on the corners. A 70mm is also a great focal length for full body portraits, which I use very often. Third tip, use the timer function. The Nikon D810 camera is set to have a time delay to give me time to sit. Then, I added a 3-second delay between 5 shots so I have time to readjust my posing and testing the light in different situations based on what I like or what I dislike. I could also have tethered my camera to get an immediate feedback, but I didn't think of it. Tethering to Lightroom or Capture One is a great idea to see if the shots are in focus and if they're well exposed, since the back of the camera is usually a terrible indicator of exposure and sharpness. I added a Godox 8600 as a bounce fill camera left to lighten the shadows on the left. Bouncing light is a useful technique that we covered on assignment 11. A bouncing light barely requires any modifiers, can create great light on the go, or add fill without being too complicated. So I really hope these tips will be useful to your next self-portrait sessions. I know this is my go-to method whenever I do them. So my question to you is, do you have any additional tips for self-portrait? If so, comment them below for the community. And remember to give this video a like and subscribe to see more. Good luck and happy shooting. So I hope you guys like this content. If you do, please consider giving it a like and also subscribing to stay in tune with the content that is coming up. I'll be sharing much more videos and content in the near future. Thanks again for watching. Cheers and good luck.